Hi, I welcome you all to this video content series on SAP HR S4 HANA or SAP HCM. It's a step-by-step guide to configurations. I have prepared a series of videos on configurations which I am going to present before you. And in this video, I am going to tell you what this video series is all about. So I have prepared 28 videos. So the present video that I am talking about, it's a preface. That what uh, in these videos I am going to talk about. So video one, that is all about introductions. In this introductions, I have talked about organization structure in SAP. Organization structure in SAP. Suppose somebody is doing a course on SAP HR. Okay, what are the career prospects? He can work as end users. End user normally is from the clients. Okay, and the consultant also from the consulting organizations. He can work and above. Okay, he can work as a coder or programmer, or he can work as a basis. Okay, he can work as a basis as well. Okay, so there are three servers in SAP system. In the introductory video, we also talked about like development server, quality server, production server, and there are also 5 phases implementation process like project preparations, business blueprint, BBP, that is called BBP, project realization, final preparations, and go live and support. These are the 5 phases we also talked about in the introductory video. Okay. So we also have that a glance at the HR master data we also talked about in the video 1. In video 2, that we talked about three structures in SAP. Okay, there are three structures. That is, first structure is enterprise structure. Under enterprise structures, we discuss about company code. That is the name of the company. So in SAP, that is normally coded. That is called company code. It is the responsibility of the FICO consultant, but for the sake of our own understanding, we have also created a company code. So the number two, then under enterprise structures, we have also discussed about personal areas like locations, in which location the organization is operating. Okay. So locations. So in SAP, actually in SAP system, this company code, company or company, personal area, personal sub area, these are coded. Okay. Personal sub area like department. Then second structure is all about personal structures. Personal structure means employee group, employee subgroup. There are two aspects, and another aspect is payroll accounting area. Okay, we didn't talk about payroll accounting area much here because it's a part of payroll. We have discussed this later on. So employee group can be active, it can be inactive, it can be temporary, it can be permanent. Under active, if you see, there are salaried employees like wage earners are also there. These are called subgroup. The third structure is organized structure. Under organized structures, we discuss about organizing unit. There is an object key. O stand for organization unit. Then job. Job is the role. So that is good. That object key of job is C. Position. S. Work center. K, and person P. So these are the 5 objectives also we have discussed. So three structures in video 2 we have discussed about. One is enterprise structure, then personal structure, then organization structure we also talked about. In video 3 we discuss about sorting favorites. What does it mean? A SAP consultant normally uses a series of transaction code. Every transaction codes there sometimes we may that fail to remember all these things. Therefore, what we can do, so under favorite there are certain options where we can sort favorites the frequently used transaction codes in the enterprise. so that it's easy to operate. So this has been done in video 3. Then in video 4, what we have done, we have started configuring. We created our own company, okay, by using SPRO. SPRO T code we used and we created our own company. Then in video 5 also we used SPRO and created personal areas, that is called locations. In video 6 we created sub area, that is called personal sub area. Okay, that we can call it a department. So in video 7 we validated the personal area and personal sub area. We validated. Yes, in video 6 also what we did, once we created this PA and PSA or personal area and personal area, what we did, we assigned the PA to company code and PSA to company code also. Okay. In the 7th video we discuss about that these are all configuration part. We validated PA and PSA, that's valid from and valid to, from which date the PA and PSA are valid and up to what date. In 8th video that we talk about that we created employee group and employee subgroup, okay, like active or inactive group, okay. So from active you can say whether he is a salaried persons or he is a wage earner. So we created these configurations, we also did with this, okay. Then we also started validating in 9th video, validated employee group and employee group. So from which date these employee group and employee subgroups are valid, okay. Then we created organization unit, like by using the T code PO10 and its relationship also we saw, okay. So basically at the top, what we have seen, at the top of the organization structure there is corporate office. Corporate office, beyond above corporate office nothing is there, therefore it is not reporting to anybody. But when we create an under corporate office, there are certain departments like HR, finance, marketing or R&D. So these departments have to report to that corporate office. That relationship that we have seen. So normally when one organization unit at the lower level reports to the higher organization unit, okay, like that code we used as A002 here. So 11th video what we did, we created the positions, organization position by using that PO13 as the T code or transaction code, and we also saw the that relationship, okay. So here what happens, we have seen we created certain kind of relationship, like the first relationship is that the position belongs to the org unit. Suppose HR president or HR manager belongs to the HR department, so that there in that case we use the code that is called A003, okay. So then so first of all he belongs to a department, a position belongs to a department. Number two, position reports to a position. Suppose take for example vice president HR reports to the president HR. In that case we use the code A002, and reversely if you see, that means that president HR is reported by the vice president HR. In that case B002 we also saw. That means it is called maintenance of the reverse relationship in the SAP structure actually. So this kind of relationship we have seen in the 11th video, okay. Then 12th video is all about overviewing organization unit by using the T code PO10 and positions PO13 and its relationship we have also seen. That means in this video basically there are certain HR operation key has been provided to us, like create, like change. In some of the cases we need to change, suppose we have committed some of the mistakes, suppose topological errors, so how to bring about changes. Then delete, delimit, copy. In the context we also used in this video, 12th video. Then 13th video what we did, we created the jobs. Job means it is the role. Position means it is a the designations. Okay. So what we did, we created the jobs by using the T code PO03 and assigned these to position. Suppose take for example um, job positions. Okay, a job like president job has been created. So job will have a job descriptions. President job has been created, and this president job has been assigned to HR president. One position has been created. Then finance president, another position, then marketing, and so on. So this is these things we have seen in the video 13. Okay. Then we talked about, after configuring all these things, we created the personal actions. There are so many types of personal actions that HR has to undertake, like hiring. Okay, is one personal actions. Okay, then promotion, transfer, so many personal actions. So but we have created hiring as an actions in this video, 14th video. Then reason for hiring, why it is for the general vacancy or expansion. So what are the reasons for this? We will created the reasons. And also what happens, as a consultant we gave authorization to the end users for using for using various operational key for hiring purpose. Okay. Next 15th video, we what we did, this is the part 2 of personal actions. So here we try to hire one employee. 16th video, what we did, we created a holiday calendar. There are two kinds of holiday calendars, like public holiday and floating holiday. Public holiday, there are two kinds of public holiday. One is fixed. Fixed means in a particular date that comes, like Independence Day, like in India, that is called August 15. Then Republic Day, January 26, like that, fixed. So these holidays comes on a particular fixed day. There are also certain kind of floating holidays, uh, like take for example Dasara, Vinayak Chaturthi. Okay, so these are that so they come in particular month, but dates are not fixed. So therefore these are called floating holiday. Okay, so we created a holiday, number one. Then we created a holiday ID. Okay, holiday ID, and we assign this calendar ID or calendar ID to public holiday. You see, so different departments, take for examples, are entitled to get different holidays. In that case, we have to prepare different calendar ID. We have to prepare different uh, calendar, holiday calendar. Accordingly, we have to assign the calendar ID to public holidays. Okay. So we also we assign personal sub area, that is called department, to public holiday calendars. So because the different departments might be, maybe some of the department might be working on some of the holidays, like on ship the people who work on the like Sunday. Okay, so they will have a different calendar. Okay. So then 17th video was is all about work scheduling. Okay. Under work scheduling, what we did, we did assignment of PS. PS means personal sub area, like department grouping for work schedule to daily work schedule. Then personal sub area grouping we did for work scheduling. Then we started doing also work break schedule. In a particular day there will be certain kind of breaks will be introduced. Okay, so like 1 to 2 is the launch break kind of things. We also configure this. Okay, then daily work schedule, we also talked about daily work schedule. Under daily work schedule talked we talked about planned working hours. Maybe the organization is working for the employees 9 hours working hours. Okay. And we also seen from in that case from what time to what time people have to work. Okay. So then we talked about the period of work schedule. Okay, under that uh, we created like general day, like, or it's a week of day. Okay. Then work schedule rule also we started. Okay, like we started that discussing that work schedule rule, daily work hours, how many hours in a day people have to work, then how many hours in a week people have to work, then how many hours uh, like in a week they have to work. Okay. Then also we also create work schedule. In work schedule, some of the like in IT there are off day in weekends like Saturday and Sunday. In manufacturing there will be, this will be completely different. They might have different, maybe they have a 6 day schedule. So accordingly we created 5 days work schedule. Okay. So in the 8th video, 18 video, because we require certain kind of changes in work scheduling. Okay, therefore what we did, we corrected those changes in 18th video. Okay, then 19th that video was all about, is all about understanding time evaluation for payroll processing. Time, we use the T code that is called PT60. So time evaluation is important. This time evaluation gives us the number of paid days, okay, that results in B2 clusters in payroll for payroll processing. Okay. So the outcome of this PT60 is that is called number of paid days that is to be paid. That salary has to be paid against those number of paid days of the employees. So this is we talked about certain kind of info types relating to record of time events. Record of time events like punch in and punch out kind of things that we discuss about. Then planned work time, that absence records, how that absence is recorded. Non-physical attendance, the persons when they are on certain kind of official on duty, that is called attendance also. That is not absence, that is not treated as absence, rather that is called non-physical attendance. Then shift substitution, then we discuss about actions using the T code that is called using the info type 0000. Okay. So in 20th video that we discuss about absences, people remain absent in the organizations. Okay, here what we did, that we did once again these all these things that we discuss about, or we saw in these videos, we created in these videos, are subject to company policy and procedures. We need to uh, that customize accordingly. Okay, so we that in this 20th video we discuss about, we configure the absences basically, and partial sub area grouping for absences we did, attendance types we see. Then we saw also that absence input checks, general setting we did, and the people and the employees are having certain quota deductions. Suppose take for example, if in a company there are 12 CL and 12 EL are there, so when somebody is getting absence or applying for leave, those quota have to deducted. How this is managed within the system we have also seen. Okay, then 21st video that we created the attendance slip. 21st creation of attendance slip, like we discuss here the people who are on duty leave. Okay, so so how to configure that we have also seen. Then 22nd we discuss about creation of special leave, like maternity leave, that is for 180 days. We created it, that it is special leave given to the expecting mothers, that we have also seen. Then in the 23rd video what we did, we discuss about payroll concepts, like components of salary. Okay. Components of salary we discuss about, there are earnings, there are deduction, heads of earnings and heads of deductions. We discuss about this concept we have touched in this that video. So the also payroll processing, that phases we also discussed, like input, what are the inputs, various kinds of inputs required to process the payroll, so processing phases. Then we talked about result, then we talked about output. So these are the phases of the payroll processing we discussed about. Then in the 24th video what we did, we discuss about payroll accounting area. Under this we created the payroll accounting area. We must understand this payroll accounting area in the sense that because it relates to salary cycle actually. In a plant, what happens, some people get salary on first, some people get salary on fifth. Okay, maybe those who are on shift they get in a different day. So for that, different payroll accounting area has to be created. We created a payroll accounting area. Here we configure it. Then 25th video, it is payroll info types. There are some frequently used info types for payroll. We also saw like payroll status, previous employer details, housing details, and leave, travel allowances, car conveyances, and income from other sources, section 80 of income tax rule, and sections 80C of income tax. So these are the deductions. Then PF contributions, other statutory deductions like transport allowances or transport shoe allowances. Okay. So these are the payroll info types that we have learned here. Then in the next video, that 26, that what we discussed in 25th video, we started configuring this in SAP system. Okay, so there are different kinds of OS types, like basic. You can talk of basic, then HRA, then DA. Okay, then so many components are there. We tried to configure. Then after that, what happens? We have to run the payroll driver, time driver, and JB simulations, and finally we need to exit. So basically in the 27th video, what we discussed as part of SAP system, first of all we need to update master data, that is by the end users. Then time evaluations we have to run. We need to run like using PT60, the which will generate B2 clusters. Okay, B2 clusters will give us the number of paid days. Okay, once the number of paid days comes out, then we have to change these in PR control records by using PO03. Then we need to change the that PR means payroll status. We need to check errors through payroll simulations. Payroll simulation is basically used to check errors. So if there are errors, we need to correct in master data. That is the role of end users once again. So if no error is found, then mm, payroll control record has to be put on release mode, and finally payroll has to be released. Once live payroll is run, that is called result tables, and cumulative result tables are generated. Different kinds of reports, salary slips, and many other reports, or form 16 will be also generated. Immediate to generation of result tables and cumulative result tables, we need to that a finance team has to be contacted to do JV simulations, because this payroll processing is not just the HR task, it's a teamwork actually. So JV simulations. So this finance team check here the errors. If any error is being found, then once again the team has to go back and check the control record and making the modification in master data. Again perform live run and ask the finance team. When the finance team reconfirms to HR team regarding no error, if there is no error, finance team has to confirm to HR. Then that payroll has to be on exit mode. Okay, once payroll is exited, then JB simulations immediately be posted. Okay, so there will be some journals postings are also there. All these things have to take place, and salary statement is generated and sent back to bank. Okay, so these are the payroll processing. Basically these are the 28 video that I have created. Hopefully these these videos will be helpful to you. Okay, so thank you very much for your patient listening. Thank you.